Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in this really big, huge world of ours. I hope everybody had a good Monday, productive Monday. Everything was positive on your side, and if it wasn't, it's always tomorrow, right? It's fucking ain't shit we can do about it, right? This, life goes on, right? Life be, life or die, life goes on. But I'm chilling. I was a bit razzled um, earlier. I was like searching around the interview. I mean, looking around different channels if anybody had any updates on Brother Carmelo and stuff like that. And I was watching here and there, on and off, from June Nick at night because she was down there. And the first time she was down there, they gave her hell. That white lady Sarah Phillips kicked her ass, and I felt bad for her. And she was sobbing and she was crying. I said, well, you know what? She's there to support the young brother and get coverage. And she got a lot of pointers and stuff like that. They put her through hell. I said, damn, she broke in front of them crackers. And I can't get upset with her because if you're not used to that kind of thing, that should have cracked you out. I already told you that experience I had with my ex-neighbors, and I was about to take them out of here, literally. They'll take you to that point because their shit is psychological. And we don't got the time. We as black people, listen, we are very fucking exhausted. We have what the true meaning of black fatigue is, exhausted by all the prejudices and systematic supremacy that goes on every day. It's exhausting. We got to worry about our kids, worry about ourselves professionally, housing wise, academically. It's just like, God damn, leave us alone. Fuck. There's always something with them. We don't bother them. They be like, what you doing? It's exhausting. You know what I'm saying? So back to Nick and Night. So I was like, okay, she's down there. So she goes down this time. And I was like, okay, I hope she doesn't have any problems. And I'm thinking she's very brave to go down there after they chased her ass up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So she had a brother from the new Black Panther Party doing security for her and stuff like that while she was down there free of charge. And she was also using, I just fucking can't, I just thought about some shit. Oh gosh. And she was using that fucking, what's his name? Dominique from the First Action Network, because she had to, on Saturday, when we heard the judge's decision not to give Carmelo the retrial, she was live. She was at the Action Network, that Dominique nigga. She was at his office, and I was like, why would she be there? Because like, he's not supposed to be associated with that shit at all. Like, yo, every black person with sense, when they saw him speaking for the family, they was like, oh gosh, no, 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 run. He's just bad. He's just bad for fucking business. He stands for nothing. He's bad for business. And he has a horrible reputation. You know what I'm saying? We as black people don't have the privilege when we're going to be like activists to have a really fucked up disposition about us who's starting out shaking kids. Some crackers, they murk kids and the whole nine and stuff like that, do all types of crazy shit. And they still could fucking, that white chick right now in jail for ending the baby, yo. That bitch done raised the fucking $1 million goddamn dollars. For what? Like, yo, these people, we don't have the privilege, nor we want the privilege to be able to hide behind evil. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying what it is. You know what I'm saying? So Nick at night, she's down, she went down there and she did. So she was at the office. Now I'm putting two to two together because we don't want him, no parts of that fucking case. Step away, Dominique. That's how we feel, especially with that. What's that loudmouth bitch from Texas? That's Charleston White's friend. Doctor, what's her name? Candace. That loudmouth, wide mouth, fucking attention whore ass bitch. We don't. When black people say we're delineating, we're not only delineating from these motherfuckers that, they black like us, but when they come over here, they don't be black like us, they black like that, and they on the side of white supremacies. They don't be fucking riders. We separate from them motherfuckers too. If you from overseas and you a black person and you a rider, and when you come here, you cool with us, you respect us, we cool with that. That's cool. Like I said, I'm 25% West Indian. I'm cool with that. My hairdresser is West Indian. She crazy cool. She down to earth. I know her since I was a kid. Yo, she's cool. Everybody else, oh, I'm not black, American, and this and that. Nope, bye, see you later. But it's the same thing for these motherfuckers that are homegrown. We gotta have that same fucking energy for them, right? I'm gonna get back to Neek, right? Because she's on my permanent sit list. I couldn't figure the fuck out why I never liked this bitch all these years, and it hit me. It was something that wasn't authentic about her. So anyway, she says, so Doctors Candace Matthews, Charleston White. We got Officer Tatum. We got motherfuckers like that we gotta separate that are fucking coons. You know what I'm saying? And coons do cool things like fucking Clarence Thomas when they came to the decision with the birthright citizenship or whatever, and Trump saying, you know, the amendment is for the babies and slaves and the descendants. We are, whatever you call yourself, ADOS, Indigenous, FBA, Black American, whatever you call them, from the soil, before it was them. If your people was here before 1865 and shit like that, yo, you the soil, you're an original fucking American. Your family is the original American. We was here before the fucking 13 colonies. Everybody didn't come from a slave ship. Some people was already here. It's indigenous. Them redskin feather motherfuckers, they not the original. We was here with them, but they're a different type. They're a redskin Eskimo, and that's not us. We black. If you see the pictures of those Indians back in the day, they were black. New Orleans, when they be having their parades and their lines and stuff like that, you see the Indians come out, yo, them real, they for real. The Seminoles, they were Indians. You know what I'm saying? So Neek, so let's get back to this, right? So Nika and I is like the people we have to delineate from, right? The black people that are homegrown. Because she went to the trial and she was like, when she came on, these black, pardon me when I say this, pardon me, and I don't want to offend nobody, forgive me for what I'm about to say. Them fucking mammy ass bitches played into white supremacy hands. They get in the fucking courtroom, they read Carmelo's text. First of all, these bitches have teenagers and I hear them, they got fucking kids. They know how kids be talking on these fucking games and shit like that. Two, did he say some rowdy shit? Yeah. People say all types of crazy shit on their fucking text messages. Big fucking deal. Three, what he said about black chicks or whatever, I think it was the year before last, talking about that, the hair glue and stuff like that, and maybe the hair glue be seeping in our fucking brains and our wigs and stuff like that. When she heard that, she checked out the whole fucking case. That means her heart wasn't in it. Fuck, that's a kid. I don't give a fuck what a kid say. He's not these grown ass niggas saying fuck black women. He's not. He's a fucking child. We saw what his parents did by getting, what up for soldier? Hey my love. Hey for soldier. That's my homie right there. Foot Soldier, promise me, don't shit on me when I get in a couple of months, when I, get situated and I move into my brand new spot and I do my panels. I know you wanna, when you get up or whatever, let me get like 30 minutes from you on my panel. I miss speaking with you. I don't know why I miss getting insulted here and there with your mean ass, but I very much enjoy you. I very much enjoy your conversations. So what I was saying, oh yeah, so she reads the text messages, but when she heard the text message, what he said about black, she checked out. And there was a few other people that went that black women, they came, and they checked the fuck out. I don't care what a kid say. He's not an fucking adult. His parents picked white attorneys. Did you hear what his parents said? They're slow socially. They have good careers, but socially, they're not inept. You got people like that. They're book smart. They're driven. But yo, they're not. They sat there and said, well, they told us to trust the white people and get a white lawyer. They're not there when they said that. So you should fucking know. Who want to be next to our enemy? I don't want to live near crackers. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I was gonna move to Louisiana, and I was gonna move into it was two particular neighborhoods that I was looking into. It's not New Orleans, it's Louisiana, that are very beautiful neighborhoods. I mean, they got paper out there. But my ex-fiance at the time, he said, baby, you gotta think about that shit. He said, yo, you out there, we gonna be out there with them crackers. That means like, yo, we can't even have a couples argument, nigga. We gonna be sign languaging in the house, cursing each other. He said, any excuse they can knock on our door, they gonna knock on our door. He said, another thing, when the weather get bad, to get to the city or whatever, we gotta cross over that fucking bridge. Yo, we gonna be stranded out here with these crackers if shit go awry. And I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because I'm always out here. But he know, because he from the soil, he get it. He know them motherfuckers. He's like, I'm not feeling that. He's like, I'm not living in the city of New Orleans or whatever. He said, but I'm not living out there with them. He said, we gotta find a healthy medium. I get it. I don't want to live with them. What you not going to do for soldier? Be mean? What you not going to do? You better come up and be mean a little bit when you hit my panel, because I'm going to kindly escort you out. I'm not going to kick you off, though. I can't kick you off, but I'm going to say you got to go if I don't get a little bit of that spice. That's what I miss. But So let's get back to what I was saying. So you have to understand with his parents praying my mom when they talk and they're not here. Like you got to look at that. I said, well, where they friends at? Where they family at? They not here. It seemed like when they were growing up, they were the kids that said, okay, they got book smarts, keep them away from this and that, and let them go straight. They don't get it. His parents don't get it. And Carmelo said that his mother wear a wig. Every time we see his mother, she had a motherfucking wig on. The fuck I care for? What the fuck I care for? That's a fucking kid. When you see his parents, you'll get where he get that ideology from. His parents were worshiping, fellowshipping with white people in the white church when they were down there. They said, we thought we were all family and we're connected. Everyone turned against us. Hello, they weren't there. They didn't hate black people. They just had an identity crisis. You got motherfuckers that don't like being black. They don't give me that. They give me this, I was born. His parents are like in their late 30s. I don't think they're in their, they were early 40s perhaps, maybe like 43 tops. You have people that raised their children in the early 70s and the 80s that got these motherfuckers thinking that we live in a post-racial society, and that's the most dangerous shit you can ever do. And that's my famous saying. Anytime I go on a plan or we start talking about race, I always use that phrase. We don't live in a post-racial society. The first example of it that I ever seen in my living fucking life was, when I'm saying on the news, was when Trayvon Martin got killed. We heard the tape. That man hunted that baby down and scared him and killed him. That baby died fighting and afraid and alone in the fucking rain like a dog. That motherfucker got up. They told this motherfucker that they said, don't leave him alone. It was none of his business. And he was an honorary white because one part of his family, father, what was a father, mother was a small hat, and the mother is a Hispanic. Like, what are you, hello? He killed that baby. And my homeboy, God rest his soul, he said, yo, you want to know why that shit happened? He said, this is his parents' fault. His parents ain't telling him what the fuck was out there, so he's lollygagging in the street. He said, in Florida, of all places where we get locked up for fucking following simple rules for bullshit, his parents got him lollygagging, so that's why the shit happened. And I was so angry at my friend for saying that shit. And then I got it. I got it. I said, ooh, nah, fuck that. Yo, my nephews and them, they come through, yo. I showed them, and I'm sorry to say, I showed them, excuse me, hold on, y'all. I showed them stuff about, like, strange fruit. They heard the song. I showed them stuff about Jim Crow. I showed them real shit, real life fucking victims, yo. Real shit that's happening today. Look what happened to Nolan Wells. That my nephew here. I showed them Nolan Wells. I showed them Carmelo Anthony. I said, so what's the problem? I said, we know how to deal with black people because we're black that move shady. But these crackers, these other people, these honoraries or whatever that want to be white, I said, let me tell you something. You don't know how they move, and I'm going to show you how they move. I told them straight up that if she can't use your comb, don't bring them home. I tell my nephews and nieces that they understand what it is, and I'm happy, but I'm saddened that we have to see cases like these brothers and sisters getting lynched still. Because lynching never stopped. Black people say, oh, because of Trump administration. It has nothing to do with the administration. This shit has been. They never fucking stop lynching us. Never. We just have social media, so now we're seeing all corners of the fucking world of what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop it. So back to Carmelo. This is his parents' fault. When they said that to get a white lawyer, I said, who told you that? Oh, and everybody told us that, and I'm like, what the fuck? And as I'm sitting in this shit, in these different chats with people that were actually at the regular trial and at the fucking the hearing, and you can see the transcripts. Y'all can go ahead and look at the transcripts. Yo, you're seeing shit. First of all, Carmelo's texts, they were blurry. They want to see we'd never seen them. If they had all of this, they would have presented all of it. It had nothing to do with a gentleman's agreement. That shit was a slam dunk case. The lawyers said they were just mad because they were losing. They were fucking clueless. At any time, the parent, Carmelo, would have to be Carmelo at the time, because by that time he was 18, could say, yo, I don't trust that we're not moving forward. That shit would have to be, he would be sitting there for a while. He wasn't even arrested at that time because he wasn't taken in until after the trial. Yo, no black jurors, no. The people could have, And then from what I hear, a brother lived down there. He said they got well enough black people that they could have had black jurors. People want to say, and then I'm sitting in Nika Nights and all of them talking about, you got to vote. No, this is not about, this is political because it's race. Race controls every aspect of fucking life. Every aspect of life. So yeah, that's politics right there. But as far as political parties, nah, everybody, you gotta vote for the Democrats. Don't do shit for us. They fight for illegal immigrants. What the fuck are you talking about? We vote them in and they try to shame us because we be like, yo, we picking the couch. Now these niggas talking about, oh, if you don't see nobody pick the couch, now they're trying to play double psychology. No, fuck that. It's not our fault that Trump, y'all don't like him, he in office. I don't give a fuck. So it is political, but it ain't about voting for no Democrat and no fucking black one. We see the black people down there turned on Carmelo. Most of them did. Them people coming in, they not Frisco people and stuff like that. Them motherfuckers coming from Houston, driving down hours. I mean not hours. They're driving, commuting hours. Well, depending on where they live in Texas, because they're not even coming from Houston and Dallas. There's people that drove out from other parts of Texas and shit to be there. These are not these pussies that live down there. They to know that those Metcalf boys were able to fucking go and terrorize people since they were fucking in elementary school. It's crazy. They have fucking arrest records. Everybody hated them. And that fucking lawyer, that prosecutor, he went to every kid's house and he talked to them. He said, oh, the parents were scared. They didn't want to take Carmel's side. Nah, y'all shook everybody else. This is a fucking good old boy town. So Nick at Night and some other mammies that were down there, they fucking did white supremacy's job. They heard those text messages and they even admitted that they couldn't even see all the text messages. You saw one line and at the bottom, because I saw that the fucking what they were showing, because after that you could see what... You could see it was other people that got transcripts and everything later on, and at the bottom or whatever his text message, it just says like in not verbatim in regular, like in terms like, yo, this is an excerpt taken out of a text from like March of 2024, like something like that. It's an excerpt, it'll be a line, so you have no context of whatever's about. A lot of people are gamers like, oh, that's a gaming terminology. Oh yeah, how many you want to get chess? Yeah, he's playing this game. And then they were saying about the licking the blood off the knife. Somebody said, yo, that's an anime character. Yo, look it up right now. So when the content creators did look at it, it was like, oh, it is. They do say that. But it doesn't matter. If they had all of that in the beginning, that's what it been. They tried to hold it so the Metcalfs could look innocent. Yo, they got a fucking video of them choking their moms, hemming their moms up, yo. They fucking fucked up their father's collarbone and shit. Like, what the fuck? But these content creators, these mammies came down there, heard that shit, and then did a fucking broadcast. Nika, now let me tell you what she did to fucking Carmelo. Let me tell you what she did to Carmelo. She did the broadcast first from the First Action Network on Saturday. She told us about the text message about the glue or whatever and stuff like that. And we was like, I said, okay. All right, you mentioned it. I said, I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Okay, keep it moving, okay? Because it's not about him. This is about every black woman and man that is fucking getting railroaded in these fucking places all over the United fucking States, and we tired of it. They tell us sorry later. Hey, take $1 million and I'm sorry that you spent 35 years of your life in jail. Your mama done died, your pappy done died, your kids done grown up, or you never got to have kids and shit like that. Life passed you by and shit like that. You don't know how to live. Yo, they mean that shit. They know Carmelo, it was self-defense. How is it that Casing teenager, he planned the fight and he said he wanted to stab the kid up, arranged the fight, met the kid in the fucking bathroom, stabbed him up, fled the fucking campus, got rid of the evidence, and that was that. And he planned it. They had all the text messages talking about how he wanted to drink the kid's blood or whatever. This motherfucker was about to get 2 years, and they said, nah, you can't give him that. You got to give him a little more. So because they had to rethink it, they threw an extra 8. So it's 10 years. He planned that shit. Melo get 35 when somebody attacked him? This has nothing to do with politics. This has nothing to do with Melo saying that the fucking sisters wear fucking wigs and made this the glue. The sisters are there. So he had his nigga wake up call fucking early. Leave it alone. That's not a grown man. We're not fighting for him. We're fighting to so it doesn't happen to any more brothers and sisters. We fight so they know we ain't fucking having this shit no more. Like, yo, you touch us, you will get taken care of. However, Legally, if you put your hands on me, I'm putting my hands back on you. Yo, they, like I said yesterday, and I always say, they had laws. They still going by that law that black people can't strike white people. If they strike, you got to just accept it. Carmelo could have died on them fucking bleachers. This is anybody's fucking child. So for this fucking lonely ass gap tooth fucking bitch Nick at night to fucking come on here and replay that same excerpt. She replayed that part of that boy talking about him wearing black women wearing wigs or whatever. She replayed that shit today. You already said something about it on Saturday. We get it. All right, let's go. Why are you doing what black media, white media is doing, and what these coons are doing? Why are you doing the same thing? So you just want to sabotage him because he said some shit about bitches wearing weaves. So the fuck what? Okay, move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Bitch, you got daughters out there. You think because they women, they females, they can't die? How many sisters done got knocked up by the fucking cops or whatever, or got their heads handed to them by some white supremacists, some common fucking white supremacists or whatever, walking along Walmart or whatever? Bitch, it can happen to your fucking children. And just like that, your child will be forgotten about, will be a Nolan Wells. We are fighting for fucking justice, but I'm gonna remember bitches like this when I should start getting rolling. When this bitch went down there for a fucking story. And now that I'm thinking about it, nobody wanted Dominique to fucking deal with that case with his baby shaking ass. And she was at his office giving the update. So in her heart, she had contempt. When she came on Saturday, she didn't want Carmelo to get a retrial. She was waiting for it. She was like, oh, well, it's not over. And yeah, and then you replayed that excerpt of the show today, replayed it, and all the men was going, fuck him. I'm tired of these motherfuckers saying this. Blame his parents. The boy, when he wrote that shit, he was 15 years old. We getting mad at a fucking child? When I was 15, I said and did a lot of shit. I ain't never say nothing against the people, though. But I said and did a lot of crazy, ignorant shit. I said shit at 25 that when I think about it today, I cringe. That wasn't no grown black man disparaging no sister. That was a little fucking boy that just got his nigga wake up call very fucking early, and it's gonna hit him hard because Maria Conchetta, she's gonna say or do something that's gonna really fuck him up. Talking about she wanted to testify for the judge, not the judge, the prosecutor. He wouldn't let her say anything. Bitch, you ain't say shit. That was your homeboy that set Carmelo up to come up in that tent and get handled. Just they didn't think that Carmelo was gonna come out unscathed. That's what this shit was about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop fucking intermingling with them. Tell your kids stay the fuck away from them. We are not in a post-racial society. I don't care. Hispanic, whatever. God bless y'all and everything. But we can't do it with y'all right now. We got to focus on ourselves because it's self-love, black unity. We stand with each other right here on the fucking soil. We have no friends. And you got to teach your kids that. All that shit, love is love. No, love is not love. Unfortunately, we can love everybody and not our love come to the detriment of our fucking lives. We can't do that. They taking our babies. They been taking our babies, but they taking our babies in our face and saying ain't shit you can do about it but fucking march and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. And then we got this motherfucking Nick at night coming up here, whatever, and shit like that. Because you mad because he said something. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just crazy. That shit is fucking hot. Jeff, how you doing, Jeff? How you doing? How you doing, brother Jeff and Puppy Squad? That shit is just crazy. I don't get why she would do that to that brother. That brother is already sitting there, and he may have to do a good 10 years sitting down because the way appeals work, niggas forget about shit all the fucking time. Like I said, I'm going to support that family or whatever. He got his wake-up call. He learned a hard lesson that he might have to sit down for 35 years. I don't think they're going to make him sit down for 35 years, but he's going to have to sit for a little bit. That brother is not getting out. Them crackers didn't care. They know that young brother, he did right. He abided by the fucking law. He's allowed to carry a knife. I'm tired of y'all bitches asking why did he carry a knife. Fucking elementary school teachers carry fucking knives in Texas or whatever. Fucking to the school. Because elementary kids carry knives. Everybody carry fucking knives down there and fucking guns at 18. Like, I'm trying to figure out why is it that it's okay for a young white boy to have a Switch Army knife, which the brothers did. They got caught with knives before on school grounds. Carmelo wasn't on a school ground. He was on a public ground. So I don't understand the fucking all this misinformation that everybody has about this shit. Go to a channel that have the actual transcripts, a black channel, and let them read it out to you. You can read it, listen to it at your own leisure. But all this shit coming out because you get mad, you sensitive ass motherfucker. We got racism. We have corruption facing us. You worried about some fucking text message he wrote about the glue getting to our brain. Well, guess what? That's too fucking bad, okay? He's sitting down for that, okay? He learned a hard fucking lesson at a very early age, okay? But do we stop the fight when it's just not him? Do we abandon him when these racists see these motherfuckers taking out their kids and shit like that? That shit, the mothers be taking out the fucking kids like that bitch I just said sitting in jail and they still raise money for them, right, wrong, and indifferent? That's crazy. That wasn't a bad kid. Bad choice of words being a fucking teenager. Okay, and so what? And I'm just not getting this. I support him because I support him. I support justice. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. I went through it with my fucking neighbors. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing, my love? No, I didn't see you in peace. You know what? Because I was in and out. I was in and out. So I didn't get to see you, my love. How you doing, Cheryl? I see Quanetta fell asleep over there. She was on fire, too. She fell asleep. Plus, Quani's was talking to us all day, all night. I said, Quani, could go ahead, get a nap, Quanetta. You'll get your rest, my love. We see you later. But, that shit just agitate me, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, people like, oh, you being male identified. Nah, I'm not, yo. I'm not. That shit's just crazy. These motherfuckers do shit. I'm get tired of this shit. Because, yo, they do shit all the time. It's not okay. It's not okay. All that marching and shit, this shit is not okay. And getting it, and this bitch talking about, oh, because the Democrats and, you know, they run in it and it's a Democrat. I don't give a fuck who's running. Oh, she's on a ticket to be the judge and she's not going to do anything. So now what? So now what? Just to say a black person was there, if they're not doing nothing, what's the fucking thing? What's the sense? What's the sense? But stop putting your children in these black fucking, no, in these white surroundings or these Hispanic surroundings, and they got to deal with fucking racism, academics, and everything else that come with teenage life. But racism is not supposed to be a part of it. And putting them in these situations where they can either go to jail or hell trying to defend themselves. Stop doing it. We don't live in a post-racial society. Love is not love with these people. And they have history books from the beginning of time, from the inception of them saying how they pillage, destroy, and divide. And all they did by reading that text message of Carmelo Anthony talking about black women in their wigs, they knew, because they saw sisters' boots on the ground down there faithfully, they knew that was going to be a divide and he was going to lose a lot of people that were supporting him. They knew what they were doing. And this fucking bitch fell for it. Neek fucking carried out the message. So she can't talk about no Officer Tatum or nothing. And that raggedy, thin hair having bitch deserved everything that white bitch gave her. She saw a punk bitch and she picked on a punk bitch. That bitch Neek was crying in her fucking car. What you crying for? And you got all them black people around you with guns and shit like that. You let this white bitch terrorize you and shit like that, and you come home and want to pop shit. That bitch let you know you get hung out here. She was scared to move her fucking car during the first trial, and then you gonna come out here and betray that brother? You gonna sit there and carry this message out? Though, let me tell you something. Motherfuckers are supposed to be on code, and I'm gonna tell you that shit they had with them text messages about Mello licking a knife or whatever. That shit wasn't supposed to even leave the fucking courtroom with them black people. Talking about, oh, well, we gonna be transparent. No. Why are you satisfying white media? White people, hush your mouth. You see the Nolan Wells case? Shit, the motherfucker said, how dare y'all give a fuck about what happened to that boy? How dare y'all give a fuck what you happened to your child? How dare y'all give a fuck? That's what they're saying. And they're hush mouth. Emmett Till, they were hush mouth. You said, well, we not evil like that. Man, fuck all of that. That's hush mouth. What happened that day? Austin Metcalf sent himself to an early grave on purpose. He fucked around and found out. His time ran out. He didn't have fucking 9 lives. He's not a cat. He's a human being. And it happened. And listen, truth be told, they talk about this one puncture wound that he had, but he was stabbed twice. Why don't they talk about the second one? That's proven that he ran into a knife or someone else stabbed him in that attempt, because they were still running. They were still fucking fighting after, like, Carmelo ran out. You could see during the day, it was some seconds, but they were still thumping up in that motherfucker before they realized he left. So they was hitting each other. You know what I'm saying? So You know what I'm saying? That would have never left the right. When you on coke, that shit, being black and being on coke, but we're seeing who's on coke and who's not. We're having a second awakening as black people, black American people. We are having this awakening. This is the second renaissance, and I hate to repeat somebody else, but they said it. This is the second, and it is. It's an awakening of us. You know what I'm saying? Because we always knew this shit was out there. We always, but now we all, if we didn't know what we are forced to know what we are and who we are and where we need to stand now and who we need to be in alliance with. And that's one of fucking another. All that bullshit, black people don't sit together, that shit's not true. We got motherfuckers like Nick at Night that they're the fucking, they ain't on coke. Get rid of them. I wouldn't give a bit that raggedy bitch another click in a view. And that's why that bitch is sitting there going through struggles, getting bullied by white bitches and crying. I would have been in jail down there. They would have hung my black ass down there. Okay, you'd be like, shh, dear self, be quiet. Fuck that bitch. Yo, she was scared. And I'm not mad at her because she was scared. Cause you got a difference. It's a different set of people. You got, like I was telling my homegirl today, I said, yo, you got old phase slash crackers, and then you got honkies. Honkies live in New York, California, like places that are populated evenly with black people. Well, all over it is. And then you got honky hillbillies slash rednecks. Those are the motherfuckers that hang ya, skin ya, make furniture out of ya, cut off human penises or whatever. You remember that young man, he had the job, what was it, Mississippi, and he was from someplace else, and he had to rely on rides for his co-workers, so they shared the hotel room. So he got a job, and he's sharing his hotel room because he's from out of state to work, and he was saving up to buy a food truck, this young man. And something happened between him and his roommate or whatever, and he didn't have no more rides to work, and he had to walk to work. During that time of him getting into it, his roommate, he had a problem with the guy that worked on the job, was his boss. And something happened, and this guy was a straight up motherfucking white supremacist, white hood motherfucker, white, red hood, black hood. They come in all so many colors now because there's different levels to this shit. And they chased this boy. He ran into the Dollar General. He called his mother. They called the Dollar General because they were chasing him, but they lost track of him. So he ran to Dollar General. You know, they called the Dollar General and asked the clerk, was he in there? And the clerk said yes. The last time he was seen in Dollar General, they found his remains in the fucking woods, and they found him with no penis and nothing else. They're gonna try to say, oh, that was wildlife. With a big, and here's the thing, one of the little boys, he go to high school, his uncle got the body in his backyard. He went to school, he's on tape saying how they chased him out of Dollar General. They caught him, they beat him, they hung him, they poured like acid, and they cut off his penis. And he said those bones are scattered around the backyard. So the parents, well, his mother called like the State Bureau of Investigation. She's like, yo, go look. Yo, you know they never look because them motherfuckers be on code. Even when motherfuckers talk and they know the truth, them motherfuckers be on code. So bringing it back around to these text messages, why when black media, grassroots black media was in that courtroom, why did it come out that Carmelo wrote those things about black women? Why would they say that? Why did all that, oh, he wrote the text message? Why didn't y'all research where those things came from? And why didn't you tell your audience, be responsible, tell your audience, listen, the whole context of that text message wasn't there. For what I understand, it comes from a game and shit like that. Why didn't you do your research? Why did you run out here to be the first ones to have the story and sit there and further divide black people and where they stand with this young man, not realizing that racism, white supremacy, and violence from this shit escapes not one of us, not our old, not our young, not our unborn, in utero. Okay, they don't even make it to this world because the mother's not getting good prenatal care. They can give a fuck about the mother and child. They don't give a fuck about none of us. So why would you sit there and further out, go ahead, when this boy had a strong support setting, and further divide black women, these black females or whatever that might be sensitive because they face colorism and texturism and shit like that from fucking, whoever around them. But you know what? I'm kind of glad it happened because, like they said, it's a new renaissance. It's a new day. More black people are seeing shit for what it really is. Like I said, we have to delineate from bitches like that, motherfuckers like that, because they're not strong. They can't see what the fuck was really done. That shit was done on purpose. So this boy would be rotting in jail. He can't have. You see he got a dream team. They're making people not want to support him. But the real ones are still going to support him because it's not about him and what this little ass boy wrote in a text message. And they say he talked about everything. He talked about Mexicans. He talked about white people. They say he talked about fucking everybody in his text message. So why y'all? So if y'all reported that he talked about everybody in his text message, why y'all getting mad about the wig wearing shit? Yeah, stop putting that glue in your fucking hair, bitch. The fuck? What you getting sensitive for? Sitting there doing white supremacy job. They don't gotta do it. You just went ahead and did it. I was like, look at fucking this weak bitch Nika at night. Weak fucking bitch with her boring ass. She's a fucking grifter. But, that's all I have to say because I was really fucking mad about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, look at these raggedy bitches. Oh, gosh, the text messages were touched. And if that was my child, what the fuck? Your child do say shit like that. Teenagers are unraveled. They're unbalanced. It's when they start acting out and doing stuff like the Metcalfs. He wasn't acting out doing shit. Oh, he went to a behavioral program for LSU. Yeah, when he was like in fucking, 6th grade or some shit. And then he pushed a girl when he was 3rd grade. When they said he had, I didn't get to finish that thought yesterday. They said they had 70 pages for Carmelo Anthony on his acts or whatever. They had one page, which the black reporters did report on, one page from an incident when he was in elementary school in 3rd grade and he was being disrespectful and hit somebody. Another time was he was mouthy and just being real disruptive in class, like a class clown, and talking while he's not supposed to be talking. So his parents put him in that LSU program with him for him to get disciplined and shit like that. What's the big deal? It wasn't court mandated like the motherfucking Metcalf boys. The Metcalf boys was actually putting their hands on their mother, their father, students, those particularly that didn't look like them and those that did look like them. When they called when he said to the girl his hands was bisexual, and y'all in this town let these motherfuckers get away with this shit. And I'm like, what's wrong with the black people? Because where I come from, the black kids I know growing up would have formed Voltron and jumped them motherfuckers, jumped both brothers. They would have got their ass handed and whipped to them, whipped. You know what I'm saying? Why are y'all scared of this 2 motherfuckers? I don't give a fuck. We fighting back. You're not going to be going around punching people. The teachers were even scared of them. This is the teacher. The day before the incident, the brother got into an argument with one of the teachers. The teacher locked the door and he was kicking the door. And when the other brother said, let's go, he said, no, I'm not going to fucking let it go. So he wasn't even supposed to be on the premises. Why didn't black media emphasize on all the bad acts that these brothers did, just like the white media did? Not talking about the bad acts the brothers did. They go, oh, they were just kids. They just said a couple of things because they don't see racial violence as violence at all. So those things are, oh, the kids will be kids. Well, Carmelo talking shit, his kids will be kids too. So my thing is, why did y'all go out and repeat the negatives of this brother when the brother already got his back against the motherfucking wall and the world against him? Those who choose to be blind about what the fuck really happened. Why would you go ahead and do that? If you're going to report on the shit they were saying about the brothers, emphasize on it. I don't give a fuck about that. But y'all wanted him y'all wanted him to look bad because it doesn't matter y'all just like them white supremacists. Y'all colder than a white bitch's heart too because y'all gonna leave a brother out like that. That's a little fucking boy. That ain't no grown man that said that. It was a grown man that said fine. That's a little fucking boy. Whatever he said, if y'all believe in that karma shit, well then you know what? His karmatic debt has been paid in tenfold. He's sitting there possibly if he goes to another trial for 99 years if they retry that shit again. This motherfucker's going on a flip of a motherfucking coin. Because he was bamboozled. He wasn't jumped. Okay, even if he wasn't jumped, that boy was 220 pounds and 6 foot, 2'3"? That little boy is 5'8", 140 pounds. So I'm trying to fucking figure it out. Come on. But anyway, let me just go ahead. I'm going to take this down because this is, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to get all fucked up in the algorithms. But thank y'all for coming by and have a good one. Peace.